Are here with us today. Senator Alberts, would you do devotion? What number?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please bow your heads. Lord, as we honor our great and wonderful chairman today, we just ask for your wisdom and discernment during this committee process. We make all these prayers in your most holy name. Amen.
Thank you. And look, thank you so much for today. You know how humble I am and very shy, so I'm grateful for all that. And since Hammer, God, I can't believe he's on my mind. Since Harper and I are not going to be here, I see who the next children are that are coming up in our stead. And let me congratulate you, Senator Brass. You and Randy Robertson, who, I will say this, ironically, Bruce Thompson said, when you did your invitation, he said, he's angrier than I am. I mean, that takes a lot for that to happen, So it's going to be great after we move on. All righty, let's hear from some folks. We're going to do standing committee first. We got a few bills. And I'm going to ask the senator from the second to come up first, please. And it's not on your list, or it is on the list. Hey, come on, let's hear it. Pull it down. I'm impressed.
This is a song by a young man by the name of Thomas Calloway.
That sounds like love music right there. Is that what it is?
Huh?
All right, no, moving on.
Well, it's a song by a young man by Thomas Calloway. Thomas Calloway.
Yeah, what bill number is that? We're hearing that too.
It is Senate Resolution 723.
All right.
He's better known as CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green is a famous rapper, artist in Georgia, his home state.
And a member of the Georgia Music Hall of Fame too.
Yes, sir. He is a 5 Grammy awardee, BET awardee, Billboard awardee, and Brit Young awardee. He is a tremendous Georgian, but most of that, he's also an educator. He is now a professor at Payne College, and we want to honor him for all of his works and all of his good deeds.
Can you sing one of his songs?
Well, one of his songs, sir, I know, but I can't sing it now because this is not appropriate.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
I don't know that version.
Well, I tell you, he also sang at Daryl Hall's house, and that's a thing now, and he does a great job with one of the Hall & Oates songs too.
Right.
So, But anyway, we were a member of the Georgia Music Hall of Fame when we inducted him, and he is a truly award-winning character that is very deserved of that award. All right, anybody got any questions? Looking for a motion? Got one, Larry Walker and Senator Butler. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All right, all opposed, same sign. Thank you, congratulations. Now do your other one.
We have one resolution for Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith is an awarding Olympian. Do you remember
it's in
the
your book, your folder. Go ahead.
If we remember the 1969 Olympics, he stood up for America. He ran in the Olympics. But what I know about him is that when all the other track stars voted to not participate in 1968 Olympics because of the racial unrest in America, he convinced them that we are Americans first, and convinced all of them to participate in the Olympics. Consequently, the United States won several track and field Olympics, and that's solely because Tommy Smith convinced the other Olympic winners and the other track stars not to boycott the Olympics. So now he's a Georgian, still doing outstanding work in this community and for this entire state.
Anybody have any questions for the author? Senator Cowsert? No, Senator Walker? Are you one or two or three or four?
Two.
Okay.
You use two.
We'll wait on you.
Senator, never gets old, does it? Senator, did Mr. Smith grow up in Georgia, or did he just move to Georgia in retirement, or?
Right. He didn't grow up in Georgia, but he moved to Georgia. Now, he went to school in California. So after his Olympics, he went around. He was a track coach, instructor, lecturer, but he settled and made Georgia his home.
Where in Georgia, if you don't mind, and how long has he lived here? Is he still alive?
He's still alive. He lives in DeKalb County. He lives in DeKalb County, and he's been here maybe 10 years.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
It's okay, Senator Miller.
Just follow up to Senator Walker's question. Isn't it true that he came through Georgia on the way to Florida on vacation?
The senator knows
I'm
what
kidding. I'm kidding, Senator. I'm sorry.
Senator, I've read your resolution, and it seems like what you're really doing is not so much honoring him as honoring his protest, which is world famous and iconic when, rather than saluting the flag as the national anthem was played, he had his protest with the Black Power salute, etc. Essentially, in my view, putting his personal politics and preferences ahead of his country, who he was there to represent. Not much different than the players kneeling during the national anthem, and I'm having a hard time supporting this. I mean, I understand the civil rights movement was in full swing, and there was Martin Luther King Jr. was leading peaceful protest on that issue, joined by many people, but I have a hard time honoring somebody for dishonoring their own country when they're there for the purpose of representing their country, putting their personal politics ahead of the sports that was designated there. And as I read it, that's what you seem to be doing, is honoring the protest rather than his individual achievements.
Well, Senator, may I enlighten you on a little history? Martin Luther King was not leading a peaceful protest in 1969. He was assassinated during that time. And then at the time Martin Luther King was assassinated, there was political protests all around this country. So much so that the Olympians gathered in a room, and they decided, because of all this political unrest in this country, the group of Olympians decided that we're not going to go to the Olympics in Mexico to compete, to show our not only distrust in this country, or to show how much we dislike what's going on in America. But Tommie Smith was the one guy who stood up and says, this is not the American way. We are Americans first. This is not good for America. There's other ways that we can protest. And he said, I don't have the answer yet, but there's other ways that we could protest than boycotting the Olympics, because boycotting the Olympics would have truly hurt this country. Because then it wasn't about medals, it was about a group of minorities deciding not to participate. So he convinced the other athletes to let's all go and find out another way to resolve this matter and voice our concern. And that way was one matter that they decided we could do it this way. And I tell you, it was not something that was planned or intended, but they were showing their views of the racial tension that was going on in this country at that time. But and not because of Martin Luther King, but there were a group of people trying to destroy the peaceful movement and everything Martin Luther King stood for and marched for. But he was one of the ones that said, you know, I marched with Martin Luther King, but also I want to show our solitude with the Americans that want to continue this peaceful movement.
But he did it with the Black Power salute, popularized by the Black Panther Party, which was a violent resurrection against white domination in America. And this was after the 1964 Civil Rights Act had been passed, as Martin Luther King Jr. supported nonviolent protest in the spirit of Mahatma Gandhi. He was giving the signal of violent insurrection, and that's when the rioting was going on. That wasn't like standing up. We don't need to argue, but I'm just telling you, that's why I'm having a problem that we're honoring somebody advocating the violent overthrow of the United States of America.
That was the same symbol that James Brown used too, that says, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. That's the same sign that James Brown used during his peaceful protest for this country.
All right, any other questions for the author? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate. I remember we worked on this a little bit last
Yes,
year,
sir.
and I've gone back through it. It looks like that you've modified to meet my wishes, and I understand the time period. I know that Reverend King was assassinated on like 4 April of 1968, and the act that you're talking about with the Olympian, Mr. Smith, was somewhere between 12 and 27 October of that same year. So there was a lot of unrest going on. I find his act offensive personally, but I also served a long time to allow him to voice that right. And if he did it in a peaceful manner, don't agree with it. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that I see out there. But he didn't call me and ask me if I needed to agree with it before he did it. So I will support your resolution. Don't support the act, but would die for the privilege to have him have that right.
Don't get me
Thanks,
crying
sir.
anymore today. All right. Any other questions? I feel like I need to go home and take a nap. Looking for a motion.
I move.
All right. And, okay, now we'll do you two gentlemen there. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Okay. All right. It moves forward. Thank you. All right. Okay, Senate Resolution 658 by Senator Hickman of the 4th. Ramon, you'll be next. All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Distinguished
You're not
Chairman.
going to say anything to make me cry, are you?
Yeah, I don't think that we have gone a day since the invasion of Ukraine that we haven't heard multiple prayers for that country. I know in probably out of 3 or 4 prayers today, I've already heard 2 times where people are praying for Ukraine and the citizens over there. So this is a resolution supporting the people of Ukraine during the crisis caused by the invasion by the Russian Federation. And as we well know, during this period of time also, our great Governor Kemp has also given, and we voted on a rebate to the taxpayers of Georgia who have filed tax returns for 20 and who will file it for 21, $500 for a couple, $250 for individual. I think it's $375 or something like that for a head of household. This resolution is asking the members of the Senate to recognize the invasion of Ukraine and recognize the amount of devastation that's happened in that country, and ask them to take a portion of this rebate and contribute to the country of Ukraine, either through some type of organization that they know about, or either some type of organization like a United Way or a Red Cross or something like that. And that's what this resolution is about. And I think we've got out of 56 senators, and not to exclude anybody because we can still sign on, we got about 47 or 48 that we were able to get to during this period of time.
Thank you. And thank you for putting horse racing on this too. Okay, don't tell
Yes, sir.
nobody.
It's actually on the bottom of this resolution. It's the last sentence.
Don't
on the
tell
resolution.
Larry. Just kidding, just kidding. It's not on here, not on here. All right, any question for the author?
That's pretty funny, Mr.
Yeah, I thought it was too. All right, we got a motion to pass by Senator Albers. Need a second? It's not on here. Don't. I need second. Second, Senator Harper, who did vote for it. Okay. All right, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Thank you.
Thank
so
you, Mr.
much.
Chairman.
All right, Senator Rahman, thank you so much. You know, a lot of us have nicknames, and I appreciate yours, but I'm not going to say shake and bake. That's just not appropriate.
That's okay. I can put that bedding in.
Okay. Hey, pull the mic in front of you.
This is just, we have 40,000 Pakistani American live in Georgia, and a lot of them live in my district. And as you know, we invited Consul General came in last week to see us.
I'm just moving.
And this is the day, March 23rd, called as Pakistan Day. And, they want to celebrate their constitution. That's what it is, basically.
Any questions for the author? Yes. You're on.
Just your family heritage is from Bangladesh, correct?
It's Bangladesh, that's correct. We actually fought civil war in 1971, used to be part of East Pakistan, and then became Bangladesh in 1971.
I knew the history. That's why I was proud of you for bringing this forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, were you at the concert?
He's not that old.
Oh.
Well,
Y'all not
I've seen the
remember?
concert. I was in, concert for Bangladesh.
Yeah,
definitely.
concert for Bangladesh.
Yeah, I do still have the album.
I wasn't there either, but it was great. musical
Yep.
tribute for the country. All right, any questions for the author? Looking for a motion? All right. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. Move
Thank you.
forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you got to get it past the rules chairman to move forward again. Just kidding. All righty. We're glad to have our House members today. They were kind to me as well. I think one of my bills was on the floor, wasn't it? Okay, thank you. Y'all better pick Hogan's bill today or I'm quitting. All right. Oh, yeah, that's kind of funny. No more talking from him. Silence. Yeah, give it to us. No, let's not. We'll have to actually put that in our minutes. All right. We've already talked to the senator from the 35th about her resolution. House Bill 305, the Hawkins. Oh, this is my bill. This is the this is the massage therapy bill, and we'll be very professional in a well. Yeah, Senator Butler last year told me it was a feel-good bill, and she was right. I'm not sure. No, I don't know. All right, House Bill 343, roads, but he's been here before, and we're moving on. It's a game and fish and your agriculture committee. All right, House Bill 1011, Representative Hogan. Now, is this your cityhood bill for St. Simon's Island? I ask him that every time I see him.
If we pass that and you come down there, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
House Bill 1011, LC 393152 is simply to do away with the permitting of amber lights on slow-moving vehicles.
Okay.
DOT supports this, Department of Revenue. They both lose money on this bill. It's a $2 permit, and I don't know whoever passed that in the legislation, but it's not required.
Okay.
This will do away with it. And strobe lights are required by state law on slow-moving vehicles.
I remember when it went away, I think Terry Coleman made sure that changed. Now, does this have anything to do with the toll booth that y'all are installing going into St. Simon? Okay, I'm kidding.
Well, I don't think that's going to work either because of the amount of traffic we got coming across that causeway.
I
It'll
know.
back traffic up all the way to Nahana.
That was the cheapest toll booth in America. I think it was 50 cents, wasn't it?
35 cents.
Okay, excuse me. All right, any questions for the author? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. One of my reps, Eddie Lumsden from Rome, Georgia, or Amerchi without an R. There's no R in Amerchi.
Only when you say it correctly.
That's right. Amuchi.
Bring to you House Bill 1021. I think that's in the middle of your yellow sheet. This is a bill that changes the minimum interest rate in Georgia code from 1% to 0.15% on early termination of insurance-based deferred annuity contracts. This is an a piece of NAIC model legislation. It addresses a nationwide problem with these contracts. They are based on the 5- and 10-year U.S. Treasuries, and that particular market has been extremely volatile over the past several years, and the forecast for it is to continue to be volatile. This only affects new contracts going forward. It doesn't have anything to do with existing contracts.
All right, any question for the author? Tell us about House Bill 1195.
1195 is a request from ACCG and GMA. This basically changes the state law to comply with what they've been doing for decades. Someone found in the code that they have to, they have been filing the annual audits with the Insurance Commissioner's Office every year, just like all insurance carriers have, but because ACCG and GMA are not insurance carriers, but they do provide insurance services for their membership, so as such, they have to file the audits as well. Their accounting practice is statutory accounting. The law calls for generally accepted accounting principles, 2 minor variations. Statutory is just slightly more conservative. They've been doing this for decades now, and the insurance commissioner's office says, look, no problem, we can continue to do
Okay.
this. We just need to change the law to allow it, so all
Thank
it does is put statutory as an option for them.
All right.
I'm voting no if he talks anymore.
I know it's an exciting bill. And let me thank your colleague, Senator Burke, for pushing for all your stuff. So, all right, any questions for the author? Hearing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, House Member Vance Smith from Harris County. Do you know Randy Robertson? If you don't, Senator Brass has a great impersonation of him now.
Oh, does he? Does he want to do that now?
No, he'll do it though.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 1089, a little DOR bill. We have a lot of motor carriers that actually travel through Georgia. Some stop, some just go through. They don't register their motor carriers, and the fee for not doing that in the past has been $25. That really doesn't get their attention. They just take a chance and go through our state. So that's going up to $145
Okay.
instead of $25.
All right, that'll get their attention, yeah. And look, it don't have anything to do with weights, does it?
No, sir. It doesn't
All right,
have
I'm
anything
just
to do-
watching for that.
Doesn't have
coming
anything to do with weights. I have a second one, but I don't think it's made.
Well, tell us about it.
1372, this call before you dig bill. We've worked
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a couple years. And,
Yeah, that'll be coming soon.
and okay.
What's your name again?
Smith.
I know there are a lot of y'all. Any question for the author? You stood up straight like something was wrong. All right, let's pick a few. All right, I'm still going up the list. Chuck Hufstadler. John Kenny, I'm coming back to you.
Let's start at the bottom of that exciting bill, 1195.
I know y'all, you Floyd County boys, y'all. First off, Senator Hatchett, did you have anything to add for us? And look, thank you for your nice comments about your roommate. All right, moving on. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 343, please.
House Bill 343. All right, Senator Harper. 1148. All right, I want to tell you, I'm not going to pick all of them. I know y'all think I'm headed that way. Steve Gooch.
Yes, sir. Go with House Bill 1021.
1021, okay. Oh, hold it. I'm going to pick one. 1011. Let me tell you, here's persistent. John Albers.
Great trepidation, House Bill 305.
Oh, no. I'll be performing tomorrow. All right, one more. John Albers, Gloria Butler.
Am I the model or am I picking a bill?
I don't know how to respond and not be in trouble. You're a model in my eyes. I can come in tomorrow if you want me. You started tomorrow.
Being the model?
You are a pretty thing, you know. Is that improper? I apologize for being unprofessional. No, I don't care. In fact, I've never cared. But anyway, I just want to say that to be nice.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, can we just get this resolution out?
Okay, we'll do it. Vance, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. All right, we love you, though. We're doing Senate Resolution 507. That's a good choice. I just couldn't pick them all. I look like I'm just a sucker for picking all everybody's bills. Okay, here's what we're choosing, and then we'll vote on it. Senate Resolution 507, an outstanding bill, House Bill 305. I hope everybody's on break during my presentation. House Bill 343, House Bill 1011, House Bill 1021, House Bill 1148, and House Bill 1195. Need a motion? Got right here, Kennedy and Albers. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Thank you. Go to your committee meetings, please, if you have them today, and I'll see you tomorrow.